on down to the mat. We'll start in kneeling pose with the option to curl our toes under our shins or to feel the tops of our feet firmly pressed into the mat and the backs of our hands firmly pressed on top of our thighs, lightly resting on top of our thighs with our palms facing upwards. We'll take a few deep breaths in through the nose and we'll sigh it out through the mouth. Noticing the softening of our faces, our shoulders, and our abdomen. And taking a moment to run through a body scan from head to toe to get a sense of the mood and the energy. Perhaps setting an intention for today's practice, reflecting on the year of practice, our gains and progress that we've made here on the mat that perhaps has translated into our daily lives. Bringing our awareness back to the space around us, the sounds, the smells, and the temperature. And we'll float our way into all fours and run through some cat-cows and some circling to warm up the spine gently from tailbone through to the crown of the head. Perhaps we start by shifting our weight left to right to get a sense of what's happening in the neck, the shoulders and upper back, down through the hips, lower back and legs. And we can continue this rocking motion side to side, or we can add a circular motion if that feels like something the body could use right now. Adding lateral flexion, sinking the hips back and forwards. And if we're circling, we can switch directions. Noticing the yummy sensations on both sides of the body and how they may be different. Perhaps we have a different flow, or perhaps we're noticing some stickiness that we weren't aware of. And we'll all come back to neutral, finding grounding of our hands under our shoulders, knees under our hips. We'll curl our toes under the shins. We'll step up into a down dog on the exhalation. Deep breaths in. And exhaling out. Pressing the heels towards the mat. Feeling a lengthening in the back body. Just appreciating how we're feeling in this moment as we're slowly warming up. Feeling the strength of our arms from our fingertips through the armpits, up through the torso and down the legs. We'll bring our knees back underneath us, coming back into all fours. And we'll do our classic cat-cow, starting with the tailbone. We lower, arching the back, lifting the chest and gaze. And on the exhale, we curl the tailbone back under, curling the spine, looking back towards our feet. Repeating this motion with our breath, our speed. Perhaps we're pausing at the top and bottom, really soaking up the benefit. Bringing life into our spine. With our awareness. One more. And we'll come back to neutral as we finish. Curling our toes under our shins. We lift up into our down dog. And this time we can add a bit of a shift of our weight left to right. Bending the knees, pedaling the heels. Perhaps we're shifting even the hips up and down with a gentle rotation. Feeling the sensations through the lower back and down the sides of the legs. Keeping our heads heavy hanging and our hands pressed into the mat. Finishing this last rotation. We'll come back to center, pressing the heels back towards the earth. Perhaps we're starting to notice a gentle opening, more length in the back body. And we're going to gaze forward, come up on the toes. We're going to bend our knees and we're going to hop or step to the top of our mat, whatever our body is ready for. Bringing our feet under our hips, hanging here for a few breaths. Perhaps we're shifting our weight again, left to right, just getting a sense of what's happening in the lower back, warming it up. Warming ourselves up for a gentle, dynamic vinyasa today. Keeping ourselves warm, building strength and stability. Coming to center, inhaling, bringing our hands either to the floor or to our legs in order to bring our back parallel to the floor. Drawing the shoulder blades back, chest through. Exhale, we forward fold. Gentle bend in the knees, we sweep our arms up, inhaling, extended mountain. Exhale, hands to heart center, taking a breath here. In through the nose and sighing it out through the mouth. We'll run through our vinyasa sun salutation A before adding in some warriors and planks. Inhale, reaching the arms up. Exhale, swan diving forward. Inhale, halfway, flat back. Exhale, forward fold, planting the hands, stepping or hopping back to our plank. Inhale, chaturanga. Exhale, upward facing or cobra. Deep breath in here. Exhale, down dog. Beautiful. Taking a big breath here. And we'll do a few more of those. Gazing forward, coming up on our toes, either hopping or stepping up to the front of our mat. Inhale, halfway, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reaching the arms up, extended mountain. Exhale, hands to heart center, deep breath here in between. And we'll repeat our sun salutation A. Reaching our arms up, inhaling. Exhale, swan diving forward. Inhale, halfway, flat back. Exhale, forward fold, planting the hands, stepping or hopping back, plank. Chaturanga. Upward facing or cobra. Big breath in. Exhaling, down dog. Nice, deep breath here. We gaze forward, we come up on our toes, we step or hop up to the top of our mat. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, all the way up, extended mountain, hands together. Exhale, hands to heart center, deep breath in between. Let's do two more. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, swan diving forward. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Stepping or hopping back, plank. Chaturanga. Upward facing or cobra. Deep breath in. Exhaling, down dog. Beautiful, deep breath in. One more. Gazing forward, coming up with the toes, stepping or hopping up to the top of our mats. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweeping the arms up, extended mountain. Exhale, hands to heart center, deep breath in between. Inhale, sweeping the arms up. Swan diving forward. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Plank, stepping back or hopping back. Chaturanga. Upward facing or cobra. Down dog. Good. Rinsing this out. Noticing the warmth we've generated. How our body might be feeling a little bit different now. Perhaps our mind is a little more settled. Good. Gazing forward, coming up on the toes, we step or hop to the top of our mat. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweeping the arms up, extended mountain. Exhale, hands to heart center. Taking a moment here, reaching the arms all the way up over our shoulders. Grabbing onto our left wrist, reaching up, elongating. Exhale over to the right side. Finding grounding through that left foot. Keeping the hips underneath us. Calm, steady rhythm of breath. Continuing to maintain length in both sides of the body. And we come back up, inhaling, arching the lower back, opening the abdomen. Exhale, hands to heart center, we reset. Deep breath in between. And we'll do a side bend, other side. Inhale, reaching the arms over our shoulder, grabbing onto the opposite wrist. We find our length, we come over to the left side. Big reach. Deep, steady breath. 2 more. We inhale back to center. Arch in the lower back, reaching the arms. Exhale, hands to heart center. Good. Coming back to the top of our mat if we're not already there. And we'll flow through some warrior and plank sequences. Starting off, stepping back into warrior one with our left foot. Planting the back foot on a diagonal. We find our footing, right knee is stacked over the ankle, and we can reach our arms up. Keeping our inner thighs drawn together so that left hip is slightly drawn in as possible and comfortable for the body. Good. We're going to float over to the back leg. Skater pose. Arms come parallel to the floor. Oh, feeling that in the inner thigh. Beautiful. Shifting over to the left, crescent lunge. Inhaling. Lifting the arms, finding our stability with the back foot. Tall torso. And hinging forward with the arms, we can float our back leg off the earth. Hips remain parallel. Warrior three. Pointing the feet and the right toes towards the mat. And we'll come to standing. 90-degree right leg. Keeping that right foot flexed. Tall torso. Shoulders are away from our ears. Extending the right foot. Driving the heel forward. And we can sweep the leg back. Coming into a standing split. Bringing our hands to the earth. Letting the right leg float up. Beautiful. Floating back into warrior one. And we do the whole routine with the opposite side. Good. Floating to the back leg skater. Sweeping the arms into our crescent lunge, coming up on the toes of the back foot. We find our length and our strength. Beautiful. Warrior three, hinging forward, reaching the arms, lifting the back foot as possible. Toes are pointed down, hips are square. We bring the left leg to 90 degrees, coming to standing, flexing the foot. Shoulders are melted away from the ears. We can extend that left foot out in front of us. Now we can sweep it back behind, bringing the hands to the earth, hinging forward, standing split. Good. Bringing the left foot to the earth, and we'll run through a plank vinyasa. Holding our chaturanga, upward facing or cobra. And we'll meet up in a down dog. Taking a few breaths here before we continue the same sequence. And we'll start adding in some fun plank exercises along the way. Starting from our down dog, bringing our left knee to our left elbow, floating into plank, inhale. Exhale, extend the left leg back. Inhale, floating to our plank. Left knee, left elbow. Exhale, floating back. Single leg down dog. Floating through. Inhale, plank. Exhale, extend. Repeating. Staying on the same side. Feeling the length we're creating down the back of our right leg. Pressing the heel into the mat. Keeping a loose neck. And moving with the rhythm of our breath. Two more on this side. Feeling the strength regenerating in our arms and our upper back. Beautiful. We come back to our down dog, catching our breath. Gazing forward, coming up on our toes, hopping or stepping to the top of our mat. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, we sweep the arms up over our head. Exhale, hands to heart center. Deep breath here. Coming to the tops of our mat. And once again, we'll step back with our left leg into our warrior one. Stepping back, finding warrior one legs. Keeping our hips nice and centered. Inhale, reaching the arms up. Calm strength. Back leg skater. Lifting our chest through. Feeling our upper back muscles engaged. And we sweep the hands to the left, crescent lunge, coming up on the toes, back foot. Hinging forward, warrior three, toes point to the earth. Hips are square. Coming to standing, 90-degree right leg, flexed foot. Shoulders are melted away from the ear. And we extend our right leg out, driving the heel forward. Good, sweeping our right leg back, hands to the floor, standing split. Then we come into our warrior one, opposite leg, reaching the arms up, drawing the inner thighs together. Tall torsos. Skater, back leg. Good. Yes. Draw those shoulder blades up and back, lifting the chest through. And we sweep over to the right, crescent lunge. Inhaling up, reaching the fingers for the sky. Hinging forward, warrior three. Lifting that back foot off the ground as possible. Toes pointed down, hips are square. Left knee, 90 degrees, coming to standing. Flexed foot. Extending that leg out in front. And we can sweep it through. Standing split, bringing our hands to the earth. Beautiful. Back leg comes down to the earth, plank, vinyasa. Whatever that looks like for us. And we meet up in our down dog. And we'll repeat our plank when we're ready, taking a few breaths in between as needed. The right leg will float high. Right knee will come to our elbow as we inhale, floating into our plank. When you're ready, shoulders float just beyond the wrists. We exhale, extending the right leg back. Inhale, knee to elbow. Exhale, extend. Single leg down dog. Noticing the strength, the energy, the heat, and maybe even a little bit more fluidity in the back of the left leg. Three more. And we meet up in our down dog. Maybe we roll out the ankles, crunching the toes, catching our breath here. We gaze forward. We come up on the toes. We step or hop through to the top of our mat. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweeping the arms up, extended mountain. Exhale, hands to heart. Deep breath here. And we'll flow through the same sequence a little bit faster. Stepping back into our warrior one. Inhale, reaching the arms up. Skater to the back leg. Left leg lunge. Inhale around for our crescent lunge up on the toes. Back foot. Warrior three. Hinging forward, lifting the back leg. And then we come to standing 90 degrees. Extending the foot outwards. And then sweeping it back through, bringing our hands to the earth, standing split, yummy. Warrior one, other leg. Reaching the arms up. Skater, back leg. Drawing the arms parallel to the floor. Crescent lunge, up on the back toes, reaching up. And warrior three. Hinging forward, reaching forward, lifting that back leg. Coming to standing. 90 degrees. Extending that front leg out. Sweeping it back, standing split. And we come through our plank vinyasa, tapping the back leg down. Plank, chaturanga, upward facing or cobra. Down dog. Yay for that. And we'll do our next plank set. Floating forward, bringing the hands just over the shoulders, parallel. Torso is parallel to the earth. Our neck is loose. Good. And let's widen our feet so they're more than hip width apart. We'll do some T rotations, nice and steady. Inhale, reaching our left arm up. Exhale, we plant it back on the ground. Inhale, we reach the right arm up. Exhale, we plant it back on the ground, finding our stability in between each side, forcing our abdomen to center and to stabilize. Pivoting on the toes, shifting the heels left to right. Feeling the strength of our upper body from the arms all the way through the abdomen. One more on each side. And we float back to down dog when we finish. Sighing that out. Yummy. We'll do one more sequence of this same vinyasa set. And then we'll rest and reset in child's pose, getting a sip of water. So, gazing forward, coming up on the toes, stepping or hopping up to the top of our mat. Inhale, halfway, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, all the way up, reaching above our head. Exhale, hands to heart center, taking a deep breath here. Stepping back, left foot, warrior one. Skater. Crescent lunge. Warrior three. Going to our speed. Come to standing. You know where we're going. Extending the foot. Floating it back, standing split. And we repeat other side, warrior one. Skater. Crescent lunge. Warrior three. Coming to standing. Extending the foot out. Sweeping it back. Standing split. Plank vinyasa. Meeting up in down dog. Yummy. Paddling and rinsing that out. And we're going to float into a side plank. So coming forward, coming down onto our forearms and over to the right side. Forearm side plank, reaching our left arm over the hips. The hips are lifted high. We have the option to hold. We have the option to dip down and up. We have the option to reach under. Whatever suits us today, whatever challenge we might need. Pressing upwards into the shoulder. Calm, steady rhythm of breath to calm us from within. For 3, for 2. Last big breath here. Coming back to center, and then we'll come over to the left and do the same thing. Stacking or scissoring the feet, reaching the right arm up, loose neck. Holding, dipping, or reaching under, not falling into our elbow. Keeping the hips high, lifting into the shoulder, pressing the earth away. As if we're drawing the elbow towards our hip. Calm and steady. 3 more big breaths. 2. Last big breath. And we come back to center. Oh, yay for that. Let's lift the hips. And then we can bring our knees down to the earth, child's pose. Enjoying this gentle reset. Grabbing a sip of water if desired. For our next sequence, we will add a few twists to our ability, continuing to build strength, determination, and resilience, as has been our goal all year. Inhaling, coming back to our all fours. Curling our toes under the shins, big breath in. Exhale, lifting the hips, down dog. Gazing forward, coming up on the toes, stepping or hopping up to the top of our mat. Inhale, halfway flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, all the way up, extended mountain. Exhale, hands to heart. Deep breath here. Yum. All right, step back, left leg, warrior one. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, hands to heart. And we're going to come into a gentle twist over that front leg. Pressing the left elbow into the outer edge of the thigh, pressing to elongate the torso and gazing up. Feeling our outer glute and hip light up. Calm and steady. Good. Reaching all the way up back to warrior one. Resetting here. Then we come into our skater back leg. Bringing our right hand to the earth, reaching our left arm all the way up. Good. Arms come out, skater. And we sweep around, crescent lunge, all the way up. Warrior three, lifting that back foot, reaching forward. Coming to standing, 90 degrees. Option to twist here, opening the right arm. Good. Coming all the way back to center, sweeping that back foot out. Sweeping it back, bringing the hands down to the earth, standing split. We have the option here to keep our right hand planted and to open our left arm into a half moon rotated. Now feeling the outer edge of the left glute firing. Now we bring our left hand down. Warrior one, opposite leg. Inhale, reaching the arms up. Hands to heart center. And we can twist over that front lunge leg. Finding length in our torso by pressing the elbow into our thigh. Gazing up or beyond the elbow. Beautiful, coming back to warrior one. Inhale, reaching the arms up. Over to our skater, high lunge, inhaling. Beautiful. Planting the left hand, reaching the right arm up over our back. Gazing up, following our hand with our gaze. Back to skater. Lifting our chest, lifting our arms. And we're sweeping around to crescent lunge over the other side, reaching up. Warrior 3 when we're ready. And we come to standing, 90-degree left leg, with the option to twist, opening the left arm. Excellent, hands to heart center, extending the left leg. And we can sweep it through, standing split. And if desired, we can bring our right arm up off the ground, gentle rotation into a half moon. And hands back down, plank, vinyasa. As possible, as desired, we meet up in down dog. Yay for that. Pedaling, rinsing, resting, whatever we need for a few breaths here. We'll do the same sequence again. You guessed it, a little bit faster. But let's do another plank set in between. So floating to plank, pressing into our shoulder blades. We're up on the toes, toes are together. Torso is parallel. And we can bring our left knee to our right elbow. Right knee to left elbow. Gently crossing under the body. Gentle rotation. Feeling this in the shoulders as they stabilize. In the core. Keeping our neck loose. Slow and steady with purpose. Holding our plank pose. 3 more on each side. One more. Yay! And pressing into down dog. Catching our breath here. Feeling the rhythm of our heartbeat, the heat that we've generated, and celebrating our progress, our strength, and our determination. We're going to get through this sequence again. Gazing forward, coming up on the toes, stepping or hopping through, forward fold. Inhale, halfway, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale all the way up, hands above our heads. Exhale, hands to heart center. Take a deep breath in between. Yum. Stepping back, left foot, warrior 1. Inhale, reaching up. Bringing our hands to heart center. And we hinge over the front leg. We twist. And we hold. Good. Coming back to center. Inhale, reaching the arms up, warrior 1. And over to our skater. Arms come parallel. Chest comes through. We can bring our right hand to the earth and lift our left over our back. Great. Coming back to center. Arms come parallel to the floor. Crescent lunge over to the left, up on the back toes, reaching high. Warrior 3, hinging forward, lifting the back foot. Coming into standing, 90-degree right leg, we have the option to open up, reaching the right arm back, twisting gently. Back to center, we extend the front leg. And we can sweep it back, bringing our hands to the earth, standing split. And if desirable or accessible, we can open our left arm, half moon, keeping the hips square to the mat. Beautiful. And we come back to center. Warrior one, opposite leg, reaching the arms up. Hands to heart center. We hinge forward, we rotate over the front lunged leg. Pressing into the thigh, extending the spine. Great, coming back to center, inhale, reaching up, warrior one. And we float over to the side, skater. Bringing our arms parallel to the floor. Letting our left hand come to the earth, right arm can reach above our back. Feeling the sensations through the inner thigh, perhaps the outer glute and across the lower back. Bring our hands parallel to the floor, skater and crescent lunge. Inhale, reaching up on the toes, back foot. When we're ready, warrior three. Lifting the back foot, reaching the arms, keeping the hips parallel to the floor. Then we come to 90-degree standing with the option to rotate open. Good. Back to center. Extend that foot forward. And sweep it through, standing split. And again, as desired, we can open up into a half moon. Hips are square, left hand plants, right hand floats. Our choice. Good, back to center. And let's do our plank vinyasa, chaturanga, upward facing or cobra, down dog. Yum. Taking a few breaths here. Now we'll float forward into our plank, coming into our forearm plank, lowering down. Elbows now are under our shoulders, hands are out front, either clasped or flat, whatever we feel like for stability, keeping our elbows at shoulder width. Toes are together. We take a deep breath in and we lift our hips on the exhale, lowering our head to the ground. Inhale, plank. Exhale, dolphin. Inhale, plank. Exhale, dolphin. Keeping the hips parallel to the floor on the inhalation. Nice straight line from the shoulders to the ankles. Exhale, we lift. Feel the heat and the strength we're generating in the upper back as the shoulder blades draw in and back. Abdomen is nice and tight. Three, 2, 1. Good. We bring our knees underneath us. We release back into child's pose. Sinking the hips, extending the arms long, shifting or finding stillness. Rinsing out the wrists as needed. Catching our breath here. Well done, yogis. And we'll float our way onto our back to finish our session with a few abdominal exercises, a couple twists, and some water. So, making our way down through a water break. However we get there, we bring our feet hip-width apart. We lower our spine down to the mat, one vertebrae at a time, keeping the abdomen tight, and allowing the lower back to assume its natural curvature. Hips are towards the heels. We can feel the contact that our upper body and head make on the mat. We're smiling because we know we've put in great effort today. We've done a great strength building session, not only for our bodies, but our minds. Bringing our feet off the ground, legs are at 90 degrees, and we'll do a slow yogi bicycle. So we lift our head and shoulders, hands are at the sides of our heads. Right elbow comes across to left knee, we extend the right leg. Inhale, back to center, legs at 90. Exhale, left elbow to right thigh. Inhale to center. Exhale, we twist, slow and steady. Forcing the abdomen to fully engage along with our brain. Reaching the elbow, lifting the shoulder and shoulder blade off the mat as possible. Those slow, purposeful breaths. Noticing the pause at the bottom before we inhale to center again. Three more on each side. Staying with me. Resilience, determination, strength. I am fierce. I am determined. I am strong. Last one here. Yes. Inhale to center. We reach the arms and the legs long on the mat, arching the lower back, opening the abdomen, big breaths in through the abdomen, through the spine, out the back. Two more, just like that. Letting the lower back release, and we'll do some hollow holds, keeping our arms alongside our ears. We lift our arms and our feet on the inhalation with our head and shoulders as possible, about a foot or so off the ground. We'll take deep breaths in our starting point. And on the exhale, we lift up. Inhale, we lower. Exhale, we lift. Ankles or feet are together. Arms stay alongside the ears. And again, this doesn't have to be a big movement to be effective. Trying to hold at the top. Remembering where we were a year or two ago when we did our first hollow hold. Inhale down. Exhale up, reaching long. Three more. Come on, big smiles. We've got this. Two. Last one. Growling if we need to. Inhale, reaching, arching the lower back. Big breaths into the abdomen, sighing it out. When we're ready, We can allow the lower back to reset. We can hug our knees in, bringing them into the chest. Oh, that'll feel yummy on the lower back. Stacking the feet over our hips. Flexing those feet as we did in our standing mountain. Heels are driving up. And we'll do a gentle scissor, left to right. Alternating the legs, bringing our hands under our hips if that feels supportive for the lower back. Our range of motion, our speed. Head up or down. Yogi's choice. Final exercise here of our dynamic session. Last one of 2022. We make it count. Feeling the abdomen engage. Three more each side. Gentle torture today. 2. Last one on each side. Yes. Holding that smile. We bring our heels down towards our glutes. We hug it in one more time. Sighing it out. And we'll come into a gentle twist. Optional twists here. Figure 4, eagle. We can even switch it up. Right leg over left, left leg over right, whichever serves us. Listening to the lower back and the side of the leg. Bringing our hands to wherever they feel comfortable. On our abdomen, at the sides, or above our head. Taking a moment to reconnect with our breath. And any physical sensations that might be talking to us, sticky or heavy. Being present with those sensations. And seeing if they can't transform during these few breaths. We can come out of that and repeat on the other side, whichever suits us. Slow and gentle transition, micro movements in between as the body craves. Listening to our body. Honoring what it's telling us and the state that we're in today, right now. Noticing if our mind might start to drift off. Bringing it back to the physical sensations and the breath. And we come back to center, gentle hug, untwisting out of whatever twist we were in. Rolling our feet, flexing, pointing, feeling the calf muscles engage. Perhaps we're hugging in, tucking our chin to chest. Whatever feels good here for some micro movements to finish our practice before we roll over and up. When we're ready, bringing our awareness back to the space around us and to our community. We find our way into our easy seated pose, whatever that looks like for us. Hands to heart center, rolling the shoulders back. And with smiles on our faces, we give thanks for our incredible bodies, the strength that we continue to build, the strength that we have right now, the determination to get to the mat, to practice, and to continue moving our bodies and doing what we can to continue building our practice. I congratulate you for getting to the mat today and every day this year. It has been an absolute honor to be on this journey with you. Thank you for your confidence, for continuing with me, for allowing me on your journey each and every day, and for bringing your beauty and light to this community. Thank you for the laughs, thank you for the tears and the hugs. I wish you a beautiful end to your year. Keep moving, and I look forward to continuing this journey in the new year. Thank you for joining today. Namaste.